it's not just about having a business or running a business. It is about community, and it is about creating relationships. And I think that is the most special thing for me, is creating those relationships with everyone that walks in the door. I was in healthcare. I wanted to do something different. Felt like I'd done the same thing half my life. And this opportunity kind of fell in my lap, really. So it was one of those that, hey, that's what I want to do.
All right. Good morning. Welcome to season 3 of the Spotlight podcast. I'm Courtney Butler, the Chamber Manager for the Greater Kokomo Alliance.
I'm Caitlin Sheets, the Economic Development Manager at the Greater Kokomo Alliance. And today we have Heather Duncan with us. Heather is the owner of Blye's Bridal. So if you want to give a little bit of background on Blye's and maybe your story as well, that's a good place to start.
Okay, good morning. So Blythe has been in Kokomo since 1948. They started down the street where Anne Marie's is now. So we're just a block up. It's always been a bridal formal wear store. So they used to do alterations. We don't do that anymore in-house. But we haven't changed too much, just location. So I took over the store in May of 25. So May 1st of 25, I officially bought it. I came in as the manager in March of 2024 with the intention of buying the store, just to get my feet in there and kind of see how things worked. And with the help of Laura O'Donnell in that transition, it really worked out nicely for us to kind of get in there and see what I was doing. Sure. Kind of. It wasn't really a planned move, honestly. It was something that I knew I wanted to change in my life. I knew I was getting older. I was in healthcare. I wanted to do something different. Felt like I'd done the same thing half my life. And this opportunity kind of fell in my lap, really. So it was one of those that, hey, that's what I want to do. And kind of met with a little, are you sure this is what you want to do? Yeah, I think this is what I want to do. And it's been a blessing. It truly has. It's almost like it was just meant to be, and everything's placed in your life for a reason. So I truly feel like this was brought to me in a sense.
Definitely. So if you were to describe Blye's to someone outside of Kokomo, what would you say that the business does, or what you do?
Okay, so we offer bridal services. So we do sell bridal gowns, bridal accessories. We do prom, formal, bridesmaids, suit tux rental, flower girls, mother's dresses. We kind of do it all. So it's a one-stop. We've got shoes, jewelry. We do spray tans now.
Okay,
we are offering gown preservation. And I'm in the works of bringing a couple other things into the stores. So we're making it kind of a Blythe boutique. It won't be clothes, but it might be some more personalized accessories for brides, bachelorette parties, and things like that. So we're kind of bringing in something to shift a little, bring a little newness in the store, and see what happens.
That way, too, you don't have to go out of town. You can do it right here in Kokomo.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to go for anything. We've got it all. So we can start with the bride, excuse me, and go on through the groom's party and mother and everything.
Yeah, like a full service, one-stop shop.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about you adding like more of a boutique, clothing type of stuff. What led to that decision?
I don't think I'm going to do boutique clothing.
Okay.
It's just going to be more of personalized items for the brides. So maybe some bachelorette T-shirts or, things like that. Things that we can do in store ourselves and push those out. So maybe, your passport book or luggage tags or hangers or jewelry jar, stuff like that. Small things that the bride can add on or accessories that her family can help with.
Bachelorette parties are a big deal now.
Oh, they are huge.
I mean, I had mine and people thought we were crazy for just going to Michigan and not doing like Miami or Vegas or something. And you have to get the matching shirts. And I mean, I'm sure that it's an opportunity, that you've seen that you can capitalize on. Like you almost have to. You'd be silly not to.
Sure. It's a big deal. Bachelorette parties are huge. And these girls are traveling, like you said, Miami, Vegas, I mean, everywhere for these. And they are doing theme days, and it's kind of wild. And I'm shocked by it sometimes of what I hear that they're the extreme that you're going to. You're already doing that extreme for your wedding, and you're going to do it before. But I do think it's something that we could benefit from, and it could, just be an add-on for our brides, or even girls that aren't our brides. It's something for everybody, and we could do different things for different groups. So we're just taking a peek at it and see what we can get into next.
Nice.
Hi, this is Tracy from Community First Bank, Indiana's Treasury Management Team. We hope you've been enjoying the episode so far. We know running a business means wearing a lot of hats, so we wanted to pause for just a second and ask a question you may not have revisited lately, but may be glad you asked. How can I reduce what I am paying in credit card processing fees? The first step is understanding your current effective rate and overall processing costs. So reviewing your full statement really matters. From there, it is a best practice to review your card processor relationship at least once a year or anytime your business changes. As your business grows, it is important to work with a processor that can offer customized solutions that will fit your needs at every stage. At Community First, we work closely with our local processing partners to ensure our business clients have reliable solutions that support how they operate today. Thanks for letting us jump in and be a part of the conversation. If you ever want to chat or need help thinking through options, our team is here. Community First Bank of Indiana is a member of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. All right, we will let you get back to the main interview.
I'm curious so you said your whole career was healthcare, and now you're into the bridal industry and starting your own business. And congratulations on 1 year of business.
Thank you.
Yay,
congrats. And sounds like 2.5 years of being in the industry, right?
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about that transition, because healthcare is completely different than owning a small business, and how that might have fallen into your lap and what that transition was like?
It was easy. Honestly, for me, it was easy. It was an easy move. It wasn't something I felt was difficult. I did like office management and financial stuff in the healthcare world. So really that piece of business came easy to me, as far as, the backside of it was easy. Right. The transition to retail was kind of difficult, of learning what you have to do and the changeover every season and those things. But I like to be around people. I've always liked customer service. I like to talk to people. So being out there and dealing with customers, and that was fairly easy to me. Yeah. Learning, fabrics and dress styles and all of that took a little bit of time. Sure. But overall, I have to say the transition for me was a very easy one. And it was time. In my career, I had been doing healthcare stuff since I was in my early 20s, and I was going into turning 50, and I'm like, this is good. So I got to do something else. Sure. This is different. So it's been a fun transition, a learning, definitely. But easy overall, I feel.
So how do you go about learning a whole new industry and a whole new gig? Did somebody train you or teach you?
I did have help. I mean, I did have help. I sat with Laura a lot and learned, what we do and what we don't, and how the business functions, and what, there's rules like everything. Right. And then I was fortunate enough to have Laura's first manager, Allie, came in and spent time with me, and she was an amazing asset to me and a resource of telling me, the best practices for ordering and measuring. And I've been fortunate to work with great designer reps, so they teach you a lot.
Okay, good.
And you have to use those resources. And even the girls that worked there when I got there were huge helps, in teaching me some of the things I didn't know, because I like clothes. I'm a girl, you love dresses, you love clothes, you love shoes. But to know all the details of them, it was a lot. And I'm still learning. I mean, I think it's something that it never ends. It's like any job. You're constantly learning something. But resources and help for sure. They're there.
So you talked a lot about the girls that have gone through and have helped you and the employees there. So can you talk a little bit about the Blythe Beauty program and what that entails?
Sure. It's my favorite. Really, I love it. I love working with these young girls. This program, Laura had started this program in 2019 when they moved the store. I brought it back in 2024 when I got there. We put out an application and said high school girls, are welcome to apply. We have them model. We ask their opinions on what's trendy. What do you want to see in the store? What do you. We did switch it over a little bit going into the 25-26 year, to where we're requiring them to do 2 content days with us and 2 community days. I think it's important that this isn't just a program to show that we're pretty and can dress up. This is a program for all girls, all different schools, different looks. I don't want everything to be in that typical model type look that we all see. This is a place where I want these girls to feel comfortable and confident, and part of something. And it has been so cool to see these girls that have applied and have become friends that may not have otherwise known each other, that were in different places in their lives and different walks of life and different extracurriculars, and they've come together and they support each other. And that is exactly what I saw it to be. And it's happening, and it's so cool to watch. They come in, they throw on dresses, they do TikToks, we took them downtown last summer in July. Thank you, girls, for doing that. But it was hot and it was miserable. And we took them down on the square, and Claire Collane actually came and took pictures for me, marched all these girls around in these prom dresses and took pictures, and they loved it. But it got people asking questions and people stopping us on the street. And what are you guys doing? And that's where then we have a chance to talk about our business, and we have a chance to talk about this program and what we're doing for our community. But I do like the girls to be involved, and I support them as much as they support me. And high school girls are your best marketing, they put everything out there. They want to be a part of it all. And I love that. They're amazing young women. They're all so smart and talented, and they bring a lot to us. They bring a lot of life to the store, young life. So I love it.
I mean, I can see that's a really cool position for you to be in, to be the person who gives the opportunity to build confidence to younger girls. And I would imagine, maybe they don't all feel comfortable when they first put the dress on and people are looking at them and they're kind of the center of attention. But that's a special feeling. Like some of my most fond memories from high school age are going and trying on dresses with my mom, and you feel good and you look good, you feel good. It
is fun. It's a good place to be, because you give these girls a space. Yeah. And you're right. They don't all come in the door confident, but neither do your brides. They come in nervous and scared and unsure of what they want. And it's our job to make everyone feel comfortable and give them that experience, and it truly is a fun, good place to be, because for me, it is more about our community. It is about giving women a place of confidence to come and step into. It's not just about having a business or running a business. It is about community, and it is about creating relationships. And I think that is the most special thing for me, is creating those relationships with everyone that walks in the door. Grandmas, dads, we have dads that come. I mean, you are connecting with so many people. It is special.
And you were mentioning earlier when we were talking about how many applications and how many schools are involved. Can you talk a little bit about that and then the scholarship process that you have too?
Sure. We had this past year, I think we had 7 different schools involved. So we had 27, I think, girls from 7 different schools.
Wow.
We had girls from Oak Hill and Maconaquah, and then of course Eastern, Kokomo, Western, are those schools. It's grown. I mean, this year I think we have someone from Tippecanoe County. We have Carroll this year, so we're expanding. We've got 38 coming in this year.
Wow.
So, and I don't turn girls away because I just feel like, girls are in different seasons and with what they're involved in. So we need all of them. And we make them come in and have a little interview with us and sit down with us and talk to us. They do have an opportunity as a senior, to get a $500 scholarship. And that is you have to do your work. I mean, you have to do 2 community events with us and 2 content days. So whether that's grabbing one of your girlfriends and coming in and throwing on dresses and doing a TikTok in the middle of the store, or, helping with an event, those are my requirements because it's important to me that they take it seriously too. Right. It is a job, and what they are putting out in the public represents me, and I'm happy. We've gone to volleyball games. We've done stuff with the girls, for the girls, because that's important to me to show them that I care. But this scholarship has been a fun thing to be able to give back to the community. We did it our first year. So the first year that I took ownership, we did it then. We just gave away our second one this year, which seemed to be a little bit bigger deal because now people are understanding what we're doing. Yeah. So it did get a lot of representation this year, but it's a little something for them. They have to write an essay on what they learned, what they liked, what they would change, because we can't get better if we don't know what needs to be changed. So that's important to me, of hearing all that feedback from them as well.
That's great.
Well, you've had a lot of big ones. This is a big year. Yeah. We just recognized you for the Small Business Development Center's Business of the Year. What does that feel like? Just being in business for 1 year and then receiving such a significant award.
Oh, it was shocking. Yeah, honestly, it was shocking, and it was exciting and unexpected, but I'm so grateful for it, and I'm so blessed to have been chosen for that. It was a big deal. It was a huge thing for us. I think it comes back to thinking sometimes that your hard work does pay off eventually, and what you're giving in to something, you're seeing the results already, which is huge. Means I feel like we're doing something right. We're putting things out there that are working. It's still a growth in progress, of course. I hope we can continue on this path of moving forward and upward, but it was shocking. It was shocking. I didn't even believe her when she told me that it was that we had won it. I'm like, no, we didn't. No, you're kidding.
So now that you can kind of see the work paying off, were there times when you first started where you felt like, man, I'm just like, am I spinning my wheels here? Why am I not seeing, the reaping the rewards of my work yet?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it still happens. Absolutely. I mean, we're in a year in of ownership, and I think it was last summer was a big eye opener for me, because we were trending upward. We were doing so well, and then summertime was slow. So I'm like, oh no, did we make a mistake? What happened? Where did this go wrong? And that really got me on the path almost immediately of, oh, is this a bad decision? Because you're hit with that if things were going so well with prom season, and then you kind of taper off.
Sure.
And so that does make you think, what, now what?
I've made a mistake.
I made a mistake and I don't know what I'm doing. But now I know it's just the season. May is very slow. It's very slow.
Right.
I don't know if it's because school's getting out, graduations, prom's over, so that's huge. And then wedding season is starting, but wedding season for me is kind of in the fall and in the winter.
Right.
Because those girls have to shop so early. So now is kind of a fun season, though, I've learned. It may be a slow season, but this is kind of the fun part where you can sit back and you can enjoy your bride's weddings, and you can see that work that was put into it, and
that's neat.
And the creating of their style for their wedding, and you're seeing it come to fruition. So now I'm getting the pictures and so that is the fun part.
Yeah, that's fun for sure.
It's a challenge. It's a constant up and down kind of thing.
What other challenges have you had? I mean, we talk with business owners all the time, and it seems like in every industry there are specific challenges, and you spoke about the seasonality maybe of your business, but I'm sure that just being in the business for 1 year and then being owner of the business for another year, that came with significant learning curves. What sticks out?
A few things. I think there's different challenges all the way across. I mean, for everybody, like you said, trends are challenging. They're real challenging because you've got, when we go to bridal market in March, and you're purchasing for fall in March.
That's hard.
So spring market, you're buying for fall. Fall market, you're buying for spring. Well, we are in the Midwest. So we have got these weird trend things that happen, and our trends are behind. So what I'm seeing in Chicago that everybody says this is going to be cool in the fall, it probably isn't going to be cool in the fall until the next year for us. So trying to get on board with what works in our store and trying to think ahead of what are these girls going to like come September. Who knows, and what we like now, I think, was trendy a year or so ago overall.
Okay.
So we're a little bit behind in overall trends, fashion trends just in general. So, trying to get girls on board with, no, this is going to be the new thing. I promise you, this is going to be the new thing.
Right.
They're like, I don't like it. It's not, so then you're kind of stuck because you're purchasing ahead for that next season, and you're trying to get people on board with it.
Right.
So that's a huge challenge and even prom. I mean, these girls, I'll ask them in the winter, what do you want to see in the store come prom season? Oh, well, this. Then you like, okay, well, I'm going to do this. And then come prom season, it's changed.
Yeah.
Thank you, TikTok, for changing all of the trends like that.
Yeah.
So I think that has probably been the hardest challenge, is keeping up with that and mothers' trends, because now moms are so different. Moms want to look young. I don't blame them. I mean, why not? We don't need to look like our grandmas, for our daughter's wedding. And, some like all beaded and fancy, and then others don't. And then I want, moms face different challenges than brides. So moms want their arms covered, and they want, but they still want to look young and trendy. And so that, keeping up with that trend is a lot too. And colors, different colors of weddings. And I think we're out of sage green right now, which just makes me happy.
You've probably seen so much sage green.
I've seen so much sage green. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I'm ready for something else.
Yeah, when you do it all the time.
Yes, and I always ask them, where do you find this? Get off Pinterest.
Yep.
Go look at your own color palettes. You know, the Pinterest weddings are Pinterest weddings. They're created for that.
Right.
Get some inspo, but do your own thing. So I think those are kind of the biggest. The trend is a challenge.
Definitely.
Keeping up with them.
And I feel like that's probably hard in most retail-based businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, like the TikTok culture of shopping. Kids and young people and anybody on the internet has immediate access to whatever they want.
Yeah.
You can order a wedding dress on Amazon, literally on Amazon. So how do you battle that? How do you get people to come into your store rather than just doing an online shopping or going to, a larger city, Indianapolis, something like that?
Well, that's definitely another huge challenge. Because it is, you're right. I mean, like, it's so easy. Everything's at our fingertips.
Yep.
And you don't have to come in, or you do get those shoppers that come in and they'll just tell you, I'm going to order a dress online. I just need to see what I like.
Man, that's hard.
And it is hard. And how you handle it, I think is the key.
Mm-hmm.
If they're upfront with you and tell you, or sometimes you can just tell, what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't change our shopping experience because of that.
Right.
Because most of the time they're going to order that dress online. They're going to come back and see me anyway, because it doesn't fit or they don't like it. It doesn't look like it did online.
Okay.
So I think we as a society have grown so accustomed now to buying everything online, that it's very easy to do. But I think we need to figure out how to rein it back in and come into your local stores. And there's a lot of them in town that probably are dealing with the same thing that I am. And
definitely.
I think how we handle it is encourage them to shop local. And if someone comes in your store and says that, I just want to be measured because I'm ordering a dress online. Okay, well, I don't know about everybody else, but I make them sign a waiver. I mean, I have to cover myself.
Right.
What we measure you for is what we order. I'm happy to do it, but I'm not liable if that dress doesn't fit you.
Right.
And I hate doing that. I really do. I don't like having to go that route, but we also have to protect ourselves as business owners and run into those pesky little online things.
Yeah.
Well, shopping sometimes for weddings, like one of the biggest days of your life. And so it can get really emotional and defensive. So I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Could blame someone else. So you have to protect yourself.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I think the amount of, I wish I would have done like a study on it of how many had come in after they've ordered something online and are now in a panic. Of it doesn't work. I don't like it. I hate it. I should have never done that, And I wish we would have somehow been able to track that, just for our own knowledge of, and to show these girls. It doesn't always work. It's not that I'm pushing, of course I want you to buy from me. But I also want you to have something you love. So if I don't have it, I've been more than happy to suggest other places the girls can go if they're going to have something that they love there. But I also want them to know the importance of it's a different experience being able to come in a store and gain that experience and get that one-on-one connection and talk with somebody and learn about you and your story versus just a few clicks online, because those people don't really care what you do.
Yeah, and ordering a wedding dress and getting it in the mail and trying it on in your house, it's not at all the same experience as walking upstairs into your loft. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
With the big windows and all the natural light and the wood floor. It's not the same. How was that when you moved from the previous location? What kind of things did you think were important, or like what do you prefer about the new location, or are there challenges?
I think we have a beautiful space.
It is so beautiful.
And I think it couldn't be done any better, honestly. You feel like you're in a big city. We hear it all the time.
It's beautiful.
The thing that I personally would like to have is downstairs windows. I would love a storefront.
Yeah.
But again, we're in the age of everything's online. So
Right.
your social media is your storefront, and how you handle that is what your first impression is going to be, is on social media. Storefronts, I think, are not as important of having those windows. I just love them because I like to walk down the street and see all the things that everybody has, you know, and I love walking downtown and seeing that. So for me, that's what I wish I could have. But I love our space, and I love feeling like we're in a big city in a small town, because we do have an elevated experience in there that I think a lot of people don't quite understand what it is.
Yep.
It's having the two different spots, and having our bridal section and our formal section are great that they're separated. It confuses a lot of people, I think, when they come in and they're looking for something else of, do you have prom dresses? You know, I don't want that. No.
Right.
So it's helpful. It gives us the room to kind of spread out, and we can do so many different things at once in there. So that's good. But I think if I could change something, I would probably have a display downstairs somewhere, maybe on the sidewalk. Maybe we could talk about some zoning for that.
Okay,
sure. Give me a display case downstairs somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we talked about big wins, your Small Business of the Year award and things like that. What are some, maybe the first like big turning points for you in owning the business? Maybe did you have a big win that made you think, okay, I'm supposed to be doing this. This wasn't a mistake.
When you first do the first custom measurements on a girl and the dress comes in and fits perfect, that's a huge win. So that makes you feel like you know what you're doing. But I think the first thing that really, to me, I can truly like, oh, wow, you know, this was something was, I went to a wedding, and the bride had bought from us, obviously, but there were 8 girls there that we had sold dresses to, their bridal gowns. And it's like, oh my gosh, in this space of, 100 guests or whatever, there's 8 girls here that bought from me. And I know each one of them, and I've talked to each one of them, and I sold her mom a dress, and, we did her bridesmaids, and that to me was big. And that to me talked a lot about word of mouth, and how far that can go for you of, just telling someone else what their experience was.
Yeah.
And then it carrying over to their friends, and seeing that was a big eye opener for me of, wow, there's a lot of girls here that we sold dresses to. So I took that as a huge win, and it made me look at things differently, for sure.
Definitely. That's awesome.
So going into now, you've had your first year of ownership. But you were in the industry before. Do you have any words of advice for someone that's starting their own business, whether it's in the same industry as of yours or something completely different too?
Trust yourself. I think trust yourself and trust your abilities and what you know you can do. Have a good support system, because if I did not have my support system, I don't know that I could have done it. Having those people that are your go-to event posts, I think, and my husband's he's in it with me. I mean, he's part owner of the store too. So our life has changed quite a bit, and having that support from him, and being able to go home and be frustrated or happy, and telling all the happy stories or whatever is huge. I think the biggest part is trusting yourself, trusting what you can do, and having that confidence within you to put it out there, and faith that it's going to come together. And this was brought to you for a reason, or these ideas were brought to you for a reason. And I was very certain this was what I wanted to move into. I don't know why. I mean, I like, I was in healthcare working office management. I did not know, but when it came open, it was, this is it. And I felt it. And I think sometimes you have to trust that gut instinct of what somebody bigger than us is telling us what is in our path next. And I truly believe that everyone needs to listen to that sometimes and see where it takes you.
Well, I have to commend you for that, because it's difficult to kind of battle, like, your fear or insecurities, or sometimes you feel a little bit of imposter syndrome. Like, can I really do this? This is a big jump. And, you're leaving your security and your safety net. Yeah. So how long did it take you to make the decision when it came available? Did you just know right away?
I knew right away. I knew in my head right away.
Yeah.
That I think this is what I want to do. I think this is where I want to go. I think this is it. I think it took a long time. It took a long time to get to that comfort level of where we wanted to go and how we wanted it to look, and making that transition. It did take a while. Gosh, I think I was talking to Lita the night of our award presentation, and I think we started talking sometime in beginning of 2023, mid 2023. So it was almost a year of back and forth conversations before we finally made the commitment and the jump to make the move. And it's a weird thing. It was a long haul, but I stuck with it because for some reason it wasn't leaving my brain. Right. It truly wasn't. My husband said, you need to stop and you need to think about it. Take a step back and let's just put a pause.
Right.
Okay. I did that for about a month, and I was like, I can't do it anymore because it's in my brain every single day. So it was I knew it. I knew that there needed to be a change, and that was the change.
Well, you talked about Lita. Lita is with the Small Business Development Center. What kind of resources or help have you gotten from them, or what can people seek at the Small Business Development Center that you've taken advantage of?
She's been great. She's a huge mentor, and we walked through all kinds of things: business plan,
great,
financials, how to set up bank accounts and LLCs and tax ID and how to work through that whole process from the beginning. So I leaned on her quite a bit as a mentor and friend. That's another one of those support systems that I think it's a great asset to anyone getting started in this. And I was referred to them from downtown. So it was, it's a great asset, and there's a lot of services. I mean, now even I think they're having their pitch thing going on.
Pitch competitions.
I'm scared to do that, but I think it's
the
great
drive
for
competition.
I think
That's
it's
me.
Great. I think it's great for a lot of these people that can do it.
Oh, it's so fun.
I don't think I can. That confidence I don't have yet.
We'll talk about it.
But I think the different classes that they offer and everything from like your taxes and learning your taxes and your bookkeeping to websites and handbooks, and it's just been a great resource for me.
And it's all free.
It is.
I think people don't know that. We don't talk about that enough. There are so many small business resources in this community that anybody can take advantage of. You don't have to be a chamber member or, pay some type of fee or anything. Like, there are resources out there.
It's a great asset.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This was lovely. We're so proud and so happy to have Blye in the community. Thank you to Community First Bank for allowing us to do this and to highlight some local business owners and leaders in the community. So thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
We
for
appreciate
having me.
you, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Thanks.